Good evening and happy Sunday to you as we're wrapping up the month of February. Amazing. And I'm sorry that I didn't connect with you last Sunday. I was in Knoxville, Tennessee, and taking a CE course through the University of Tennessee's Veterinary Social Work program called Emotional CPR. And I know everybody that I've said this to was like, well, isn't all CPR emotional? It's not about cardiopulmonary resuscitation. It's about connecting through compassionate listening, helping somebody through an emotional crisis. Very interesting work. So I just wanted to share a few thoughts with you. I've been processing this throughout the week and reading through my notes, and there were just a few things that I wanted to bring to the conversation tonight. So this work stands for emotional CPR. C stands for connecting. P stands for, it's a little bit of a cheat, it's empowering. And the R is revitalizing. So the idea is that you come to a conversation with an intentionality in your listening and in your being for this other person who is seeking a safe space to be and to share something that they are going through. And it's up to you to determine whether, of course, you have the bandwidth, the energy to be that safe space for that person. But here's the thing, that there is something quite freeing when you realize that the work that you're trying to do with this person is that you're helping each other in this energy going back and forth and resonating, and you're not fixing, you're not giving advice. You're simply being in the space of energy. So the first part, that connecting, is key, where the person is seeking you out as somebody they trust or somebody they feel like might have some knowledge or experience with whatever they're going through. Or perhaps they just feel like they can trust you to really listen. So the connecting is through feelings, through your eyes, your ears, most importantly, your heart, and just really being in that individual's presence. And stay with them. It's got a very Buddhist undertone where you're going to sit in the discomfort of whatever arises for you, anxiety-wise, of the not feeling that you necessarily know what to do. Just sit with it. Just be. And let the other start to engage in the conversation and lead you through. And notice what feelings arise for you as they're speaking. And really wanting to then connect to, well, are those feelings really yours? Or perhaps are you feeling some of what they're feeling? And so the idea is to ask encouraging questions and no judgment at all in this conversation. It's quite liberating, actually, to sit in that space of listening where you're just being a caring human being. It's phenomenal to watch what somebody can do if they're given this very generous space of calm listening. They go into their own minds and they go deeper. Each of us has the potential to heal. Each of us has amazing resources in our deeper knowledge and state of ourselves, of knowing, that can navigate through all sorts of different things that we wouldn't have necessarily thought we had the wherewithal to move through. You can. And it helps to have somebody sit beside you and know that you're not alone, and create that space of connecting, the empowering. So the empowering piece is where you basically, through the shared experience, you provide a feeling of purpose. You help them find maybe a few things, action items in themselves that they can maybe use to move through whatever this crisis is for them. And then the revitalization happens where they authentically create a new energy and a feeling of hope, of that they can get onto the other side of this crisis and that they have a perspective that is helpful and healthy to move through it. So it's very intentional. It's very much based in compassion and very much based also, like I was saying, on this Buddhist philosophy of sitting in discomfort and just being with it, knowing that like emotions, it too will pass. You just have to sit in it and let it work its way through. And on this other side, you might feel like you've gone through something like going through a fire, and there may be some amazing enlightening solutions on the other side. Just deeply connecting with that other person as a human being and providing them, as I said, that space of genuine connecting, heart to heart, being to being, and helping them know that what they're experiencing, there's nothing wrong. They're just being human, and so are you. So all of this seems very timely. I, of course, am putting that in my toolbox, largely because I'm wanting to bring additional tools to my work around veterinary professionals' well-being. But what an amazing opportunity in the times that we live in to be present to those chances to just be there for another person, especially if you notice that they could, in fact, maybe have the use of somebody who's just willing to be there for them. And maybe it's not even somebody that you're very close with, but you see that they would really benefit from your presence of caring. So I just put this out there to you to perhaps work with me on creating and cultivating a community of caregiving. Cultivate a community of caregiving. We can do this for each other, for ourselves. We can have the power, one conversation at a time, to bring hope and that revitalization, and really importantly, empathetic, compassionate connecting. It takes practice. It takes really focusing on the intention of your listening and not opening the mouth to fix, judge, or advise. Instead, just listen. Just listen. Try it on. And thank you so much for connecting with me tonight. I always feel revitalized through these opportunities to connect with you. Have a beautiful week, and I'll look forward to seeing you in March. Have a great night. Namaste.